A very good afternoon. Grade 4. How are you doing? Okay, so today is the last part of the electric current or electricity, this unit. And hopefully in the next lesson we would be doing the revision. Okay, so the topic is electrical current flows. We know that the current, whatever we are seeing, it must flow. Now, how does it flow? It flows around in a circuit. And we know that the energy is being given from the battery. Okay, these inside the battery, there are chemicals, and these chemicals, they react with each other and they release some particles. What happens? The particles, they flow around the circuit. Yes, and when they flow around the circuit, it is going to transfer the electricity. And we have two kinds of electricity. One is the mains electricity. Yes, the mains electricity, that is created in a very different way. Now, what is the big idea here? You can see that there are 5 children, and these 5 children are passing a ball. They are standing close to each other and they are passing the ball. Now, what do you think would happen if one of them would drop the ball? If they drop the ball, then it would be breaking the circuit. Okay. Now, look at this picture. In this picture, 4 of them are nearby, and between 2 in front, the ball is far away. So, there is a lot of chance that the ball is not connected. So, the electricity also will not be flowing very easily. Okay. Now, this is what is showing now. When the balls are being passed around in a circle, what does it show? It shows the electrical current that is flowing around a circuit. And these balls are very tiny particles or very small particles that make the electricity. I'll tell you what they are called in the amazing facts. Okay. Now, let's look at the next question here. What happens to the flow if someone drops the ball? Obviously, there will be a break in the circuit. Will it be continuous? Will the electricity be flowing? No, because there is a break in the circuit. Okay. Now, here the ball is representing the small electrons or the small particles that are moving to create the electric current or let the electric current pass. Look at the second speech bubble. It says, what happens if everyone passes the balls more quickly around the circle? Now, if everyone is passing the balls more quickly, that means there is more electric current being flown. So, what does this show? This will show that there is lot of current flowing. Lot of current flowing, in other words, we say it has a higher voltage. If it has a higher voltage, so there will be more energy that is flowing around the circuit. Now, let's come to the third speech bubble. What happens if one person throws the ball in the air before they pass it on? In that case, this models what happens when electricity flows through a lamp or a buzzer. Obviously, the flow slows down. Yes, because it has to pass through a component. Yeah, it is passing through something. So, the speed would be less. And the last one is what happens if you make a gap between 2 people in the circuit. Yes, as we saw in the second picture, if there's a gap between 2 people in the circuit, what does it show? It shows an open switch in a circuit. And when there is an open switch in a circuit, the flow stops. If it stops, when it reaches the break in the circuit. Okay. Now, the amazing fact says that we said that there are tiny particles which are moving around. And what are these particles called? Please write it somewhere. These particles are called electrons. Okay. Now, how do these particles move? They move very very slowly. Okay, but if they are moving very slowly, what are they helping to carry? They are helping to carry the electrical energy. And this electrical energy moves at the speed of light. How does it move? It moves at the speed of light. We know that light moves at a very fast speed. Okay. Now look at page 109. You can see the central heating model. Okay. Now, we are just going to compare the flow of electricity to the central heating system. What happens in the central heating system? See, there is a boiler and a pump, and there is hot water flowing around the pipe. So there is a radiator, and there is a pipe that is moving. You can see the direction of the flow of hot water. Okay, so when I say the boiler and the pump, what does it compare? Which part of the electrical circuit will you compare it with? Boiler and the pump, that is a source of energy. So it is battery. Now, hot water is flowing around the pipes. Okay, so this hot water which flows around the pipes is, what can we compare it with? We are comparing it with electricity. Okay, now these pipes are also compared, you can compare them with the wires, and the radiator, finally we can compare it with the lamp or a buzzer or anything, but here we'll put it as the lamp. Okay, now please try to do the questions which are there on, just match the column on page 109 for the short lesson. Thank you. Have a great day.